Over almost half a season now, the Raptors with a winning record and a top 3 defense in the league, a 20-17 record over the last 37 games and a number 3 defense in the league. I'd say, Jonesy, you could probably find some joy and some positivity in that. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you, getting you set for tonight's tip-off between the Raptors and Blazers. But Jonesy, yes, like Darko said, this team finishing strong, or at least trying to.
Well, as we talked about in the pregame, I think the fact that Darko is also holding these guys accountable and to a standard and trying to, we talk about what we expect next year. That build starts at the end of this year. So let's see if they can kind of keep it going heading into the last 5 or 6 games.
Toronto Raptors basketball is brought to you by Tangerine Bank. Tangerine Bank, this is how we fan Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors, as we are about less than a minute away from getting the anthems. And then we will have the starting 5 for both the Raptors and the Blazers as Portland comes into this ballgame 33-43. The Raptors sitting at 28-48. And it's the front night of the relatively rare, we've seen more of it this season and last, but still the relatively rare home back-to-back with Toronto on their home floor both tonight and tomorrow. So we are going to step aside here for the commercial break. When we come back, as I mentioned, starting 5 for the Blazers and Raptors, and then the tip-off of Toronto and Portland on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank, official bank of the Toronto Raptors, right here on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
It's me, your barbecue, and I'm a raging fire. But that won't last long. Someone sold you damp wood, which means I can't burn properly. Heat getting weaker. Can't cook steaks. If only you had the right fuel.
Make it right. Make it Rona. Rona Week is on now. Save 15% on Pit Boss barbecues, accessories, and fuel. Conditions apply. Details in store and more offers at Rona.ca.
Oh no, I can't be out of ink. Not now.
What's up, Raptors fans? Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight here on Toronto Sports Insider, chatting it up, cheering on We the North. We really appreciate you being here. Please take a second to exit out of the chat and hit that little arrow with the share and click that share button. Send it out to your social media. Send it out to your friends. Let's get some more basketball fans here in the chat to hang out with us. That's the best way to make an impact to build this awesome community here on TSI of Raptors fans. Let's get back to the basketball. Go Raptors, go. We the North. We the North. Is there a playoff push in this team? Can we get into the playoffs? Let's go, Raptors.
Supporting Canadian businesses has never been more important. That's why Canada Post is committed to making it easier to ship Canadian with our best rates ever. Right now, your business will save up to 70% on expedited shipping and returns. Plus, as a Toronto-based business, you can access rates as low as $3.50 for lightweight local packages. It's time to shop Canadian, ship Canadian. Learn more about our best rates at canadapost.ca/shipcanadian.
I'm Ray Ferraro. I'm a retired NHL player. After 18 years, my knees and feet had just had enough. Day-to-day was filled with some sort of pain. Kintex changed everything. What they've shown me is custom orthotics and the proper footwear provide comfort, confidence, and care in every step. The relief was immediate. Now I'm pain-free and active. Let Kintex join you on your journey to stay active. Check them out at kintec.net.
Vision's Electronics clearance sale is on now. Massive discounts on clearance and open box TVs, soundbars, appliances, and more as we make room for new 2025 models, all with full manufacturer's warranty. Plus, you can take up to 3 years to pay interest-free and a chance to win your purchase. The clearance sale on right now for a limited time, only at Visions Electronics. Proudly Canadian. See all the deals at visions.ca.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Scotiabank Arena. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. The band had to play a little bit longer there as we had a lengthy rendition of the Star Spangled Banner and O Canada, and quite the ovation, especially for O Canada. And that's something, Jonesy, we've noted a number of times over the last couple of months. The patriotism for the national anthem from the Canadians is on full display, giving what is happening south of the border and thus across the world. And I'll just leave it at that. Certainly a lot of people are pounding their chests a little bit harder and waving the flag a little bit stronger as well with the red and white.
Well, I see it. I understand it. And there's a portion of me that absolutely salutes it.
Let's get the starting five for the Blazers.
Out of Dayton, a 6'8" forward, number 33, is Tamani Kamara. From Yukon, a 7'2" center, number 23, Donovan Klingon. From Toronto, a 6'9" guard, number 5, Delano Banton. And from London, Ontario, a 6'6" guard, number 17, Shaden Sharp. Ladies and gentlemen, the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers is Chauncey Billups.
There we have it, starting five for the Portland Trail Blazers. Two Canadians in the starting lineup with Banton and Sharp. Time now for the keys to victory, brought to you by your Ontario Honda dealers. We're going to turn it over to Jonesy 1 second. The Ontario Honda dealers get performance and get in the game with the Civic Hybrid, available now at your Ontario Honda dealers. Jonesy, keys to victory.
Well, first of all, we'll go to the age-old, as it has been a staple for this year, the turnovers. Portland Trailblazers do not look after the ball. They are 29th in the NBA, turning the ball over almost 16 times a game. So if you're Toronto, that feeds right into the fact that you like to get out and run, turn them over, get some easy ones, because in terms of defense, Portland is 21st, allowing almost 48% from the floor. So turnovers, one key. If you're Toronto, you look at Portland,
from London. Gets to the baseline, elevates, and knocks down the jumper, and Portland leads 2-0.
Shaden has been given a lot of time and room to develop, and I like the way his game is coming around on the offensive end.
First touch for the Raptors, Walter. Over on the far side to Barrett, drops it down on the block to Barnes. Barnes trying to direct traffic. Now he's backing down on the block. Turns, fires on the fade, left it short off the side of the rim, and Portland tracks down the rebound. Avdia across center. Now straight above the arc, puts it on the floor, driving on the far side, stops on the dime, goes cross court to Banton. Now Banton drives into the paint, goes back up top to Sharp. Sharp puts it on the floor, turns around, gives it back to Banton on the far sideline. Back to Sharp on the wing. Raptors digging defensively. Banton contested shot, no good. Didn't hit any rim. Klingon got the rebound, and Portland gets it off on an Avdia layup right as the shot clock is expiring.
Well, Raptors didn't block out. Portland gets the rebound, and Avdia with a very astute cut to the basket.
Raptors trailing 4-0. Here's Barrett driving near side. Tried to go at Avdia, who got the block and stays in play. Picked up by Walter. Got in the paint. Floats it up. Took contact, it seemed. They didn't give him the call, but he got the bucket. Portland with the 4-2 lead. Klingon setting a screen for Avdia out on the far side, who gets to the far elbow extended. Gave it up to Kamara. Back to Avdia. Back to Kamara with the lefty release on a wing 3 ball. No good. It goes out of bounds, though, off Toronto. Going to stay with the Blazers on a fresh 14.
You're going to have to box Klingon out. He's just so big in there that you're not winning any kind of jumping contest with him. I mean, 7'2", he can jump. He puts those arms up. You got to move him out.
Portland gets it in. Missing in the far corner with Sharp, but the Blazers get another offensive rebound. Now Kamara gets into the paint, kisses it off glass on an awkward angle as he's fading to the baseline, and Portland leads 6-2. Barnes back for the Raptors on the block, far side, right in the heart of the lane to Orlando Robinson. Quick flick of the wrist and a short jumper is good for Big O.
Good pass by Scotty. I thought he might have taken that one himself, but see what happens when you get the ball into the lane.
Sharp to Klingon, back to Sharp on the wing near side. Dips behind the screen again. Now he's going to elevate, step into the long jumper, and knock it down on a long deuce. Portland leads 8-4. Raptors quickly down the floor toward the near side. It's Barnes getting to the free throw line. Back up top to Walter, over to Barnes on the wing now. Far side, Scotty calls out the play. Puts it on the floor, trying to go at Avdia. Went left, turned right, came back left, faded and fired, and got it to go on a 12-15-footer.
Scotty very good in the mid-range there. Nice job finding himself some space.
Raptors trailing by a deuce. It's 8-6. Baseline far side. Portland works it around. Banton to Avdia to Kamara in the near corner, missing in front of the Raptor bench, but that big body of Klingon kept it alive. Tapped it out to center, though. And it's tracked down by the Blazers. Driving. Avdia, left-hand scoop, no good. Picked up by Klingon, missed a little chippy right underneath, and then Robinson gets a block, but they call a foul down low as bodies were bumping all over the place.
Well, there's Klingon doing the damage. A couple of tips, a tip out. They've already got him listed for 3 rebounds. And like I said, he is going to be a problem down there. Portland not just barely in the top half of the league, but Klingon's got to be moved out of there tonight.
What? 8:25 to go in this opening quarter. 9-6 now. Portland leading as the big man knocks down the free throw. He's got a point, an assist, and 3 boards, as Jonesy just told us. Knocks down the second free throw, and Portland leads 10-6. This match is their largest lead. We're only 3.5 minutes into the ballgame. Shed gave it to Robinson to Barrett. Barrett driving, getting to the near elbow, goes back on the perimeter, far wing. Shed 3 ball is good. Busted from the west side.
Jamal so confident, and RJ looking for him off the punch dribble.
Raptors trailing by just 1, 10-9. Sharp to Klingon, back to Sharp, cross court, left to right to Banton, well above the arc. Shed gets right up on Banton's right hip. Klingon comes up to set a screen. Banton being hounded by Shed. Drives far side, then gives it up to Sharp on the wing. Missed the triple. Robinson with the rebound. Hit from behind by Klingon, no call. It ends up in the hands of Avdia, who missed the shot. Then Banton had the ball taken away by Barrett. And here comes RJ. Flicks the pass into the far corner. Walter triple, busted. He takes advantage, and Toronto takes the lead.
RJ with a really smart play. Getting the ball into the middle of the court, letting those guys run the lanes wide.
And the Raptors get another turnover, and down the floor, Shed botches the layup, but it's picked up by Toronto, laid back in by Barrett, and the Raptors lead 14-10.
Shed makes the steal on Banton, and he's picking him up 94 feet.
Avdia trying to get away from Barrett. Bunny hop in the lane. Banton in the corner in front of the Raptor bench, misses the triple down low. Avdia got in front of the Raptor defenders, got the ball, picked up by Klingon. Shot clock down to 8, and he walks. He was trying to get away from the traffic, and he took too many steps, and the Raptors will get it off yet another Portland turnover.
Raptors got to get on their rebounding. Portland's like that dog that's been fed at the back door. They keep coming back. In spite of 2 turnovers, Portland already has 4 more shots at the basket than Toronto. Got to do a better job on the glass if you're the Raptors.
6:54 to go, opening quarter. The Raptors went from down 4 to up 4 as they lead 14-10 on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
They say love is complicated, but at Mucho Burrito, love is simple. Like roasting corn until it blisters with flavor. Love is dicing fresh pico de gallo every single day. And love is marinating our chicken overnight, grilling it in small batches, just like it should be. At Mucho Burrito, love isn't whispered. It's rolled, folded, or drizzled. Come to Mucho Burrito, where good food isn't just made, it's made with love. Love life. Love made in casa. Love Mucho!
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Back at Scotiabank Arena, Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. First quarter action, 6:54 to go. Raptors leading 14-10, and Jonesy taking advantage of the miscues right now. Portland with a couple of turnovers. The Raptors have dialed up the defense, holding Portland right now to just 4 of 14 from the floor. The Raptors, meanwhile, 6 of 10, and again leading 14-10.
Like I said, got to be aware with the rebounding if you're Toronto. Can't let Portland just have their way on the glass. Like it's a recipe for disaster, allowing them to have 2, 3, 4 shots.
Starters on the floor for the Raptors, at least 4/5, as Ochai Agbaji now checks in for Scotty Barnes. Matthias Thybulle now comes in for Shaedon Sharp. Barrett in the lane. Hard stop, floats one up, missed the shot over that long outstretched arm of Klingon, standing at 7-2. Portland across center. Kamara to Avdia, who put it on the floor and went shoulder to shoulder with Shed. And that's going to be a foul on Jamal Shed. It'll be his first as Jonathan Mobo now checks in for Orlando Robinson. And we were talking about this in the pregame with Justin and Ailish, the amount of rookies, and we've got 3 of them on the floor right now with Mobo, Shed, and Walter. And the Raptors force the steal. They push ahead. Barrett scoops it up with a left hand. Got it to go high off glass, and the Raptors lead by 6.
RJ going downhill is really, really tough to stop.
We're almost at the midway point of the opening frame. Ochai Agbaji trying to stay with Abdia right now, spinning away from Agbaji, getting into the paint, and then lays one up and in on a pretty nifty curl over the shoulder with his back to the basket.
It's been a good trade coming from Washington to Portland for Denny Avdia. He's broken out a little bit under Chauncey Billups.
The former Raptor, not for a long time, but can't take it away from him. Chauncey Billups. Raptors just turned it over for the first time in this game, and Portland promptly gives it right back.
Well, Chauncey talked about that in one of the behind-the-scenes things in the Hall of Fame induction. He should have been here with Vincent Tracy. Can you imagine that?
Yeah. That would have been wild. You play that woulda, coulda, shoulda game, right, Jonesy? Not only Chauncey, but heck, even for that matter, Jonathan Mobo with an athletic layup, and he went right at Klingon. Imagine if Tracy stayed.
Yeah.
Imagine if the rules were different and not allowing a 21-year-old kid to become an unrestricted free agent after only 3 years.
Well, I know that Glenn Grunwald pushed to have some sort of matching or first right of refusal, and the CBA came around eventually. Unfortunately, too late for Toronto. Eric, you were talking about the Raptor rookies. After the All-Star break, they are averaging 26 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists in about, on the floor and in their time together, about 15 minutes. So, what a contribution they're getting from the young guys.
18-12, Raptors leading by 6 as Banton got caught on the baseline with a 5-second violation. Couldn't get the ball in, so the Raptors have a chance to put a couple more on the board after the layup from Barrett just moments ago. Barrett inbounding far corner, gets it to Jamison Battle. Battle up top to Ochai Agbaji. Going to step into a triple. North side 3 is clean, and the Raptors are ripping them right now from distance, 3 of 3.
Oh, by the way, how much has that guy improved this year?
And he's almost been forgotten at times because we're focusing so much on the rookies.
Yeah.
Kamara in the lane, bumped by Barrett, pounded by Mobo, lost the handle, gets it back though, and then the Raptors scoop up the rebound but can't squeeze, and it's going to stay with Portland.
So people think RJ Barrett doesn't play defense. Again, I'm on it because I'm trying to tell people to watch the games. He just hounded Kamara into the turnover. Portland comes up with it. Kamara goes back to the basket. He's challenged again by RJ and misses.
Triple far side on the wing. It's good for Denny Avdia, and that's a big bucket for Portland as Toronto was on a bit of a run. Raptors still leading, though, 21-15. Barrett on the sideline, near side in front of the Portland bench. Didn't get a lot of lift in that one, but the Raptors get the offensive rebound. And then Mobo with a lazy cross-court pass, easily picked off by the Blazers, and a foul taken in the open court. And it'll be Portland ball with 4:19 to go in the opening frame.
A few more connections to Toronto as well on the Portland bench. Nate Bjorkgren, former Raptor assistant, Team Canada assistant on Chauncey Billups' bench, as well as Mark Tyndale, who was around in the Raptors championship years. Darko with his palms to the sky as Shaedon Sharpe is clear for a dunk.
A mini 5-0 run now for the Blazers, as Toronto had the lead up as high as 9. And that'll help as they continue to do it from distance. Another triple goes down. A.J. Lawson and Jonesy, the Raps 4 of 5 to start the game from long range. Sharpe tried to get into the lane, works it back out onto the perimeter. Kamara driving far side, throws it to Klingon, and a lot of traffic, and the Raptors take it away. Jamison Battle picks it up, and he's storming across center with numbers. Klingon trying to get back into play. Raptors work it around near side, then back up top to a wide open Lawson. 3-ball no good, ricochets off the side of the rim. Toronto leading 24-17. Sharpe down Main Street, layup is good. Again, they didn't stop the ball with Sharpe.
He is really athletic. You got to pick your poison and take jump shots from him.
Raptors, to their credit, get right back into the heart of the lane themselves, and a soft floater with one hand from about 2 feet for Jonathan Mobo. 26-19, 3 minutes to go, opening quarter. Sharp to a cutting Avdia, far side, got in the lane, went at Swider, and the foul is called. It's going to be 2 free throws after the timeout for the Blazers. Raptors leading 26-19 with 2:57 to go in the opening quarter. The foul is on Swider, and free throws to come for the Blazers after the break on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
When you get a Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and class-leading safety included, it's like you also get a Subaru that comes with your very own golf club holder, stadium parking navigator, a basketball team transporter.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! I'm talking to you! Thanks for hanging out with us tonight during the Raptors game. We really appreciate you being here. Please take a second, if you're new here, to hit that subscribe button. And if you're not new here, make sure that bell is turned on so you're notified of every single live stream that we do here on TSI, where we cover every single team in Toronto. Toronto Maple Leafs, Toronto Raptors, Toronto Blue Jays, Toronto FC, the Toronto Argos, and much more coverage coming soon. We'll see you back in the chat. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button and making sure that bell is turned on. We really appreciate every single like and share on every stream. Helps grow this community.
7 to go, 26-19. Raptors leading the Blazers. Toronto had the lead up as high as 9. Currently, sitting at 7. And Terrence Ross, former Raptor, just introduced to the crowd here, and he's throwing out what I believe are autographed mini basketballs. In fact, one just made its way to us, Jonesy. I don't know if it's autographed or not, but now I lost it. That's at your foot. Where's there a kid?
Find a little
Give it to a kid. 2:57 to go here in the opening quarter. We're coming out of the timeout. As the Blazers take to the floor with Denny Avdia stepping to the stripe. Knocks down the first free throw, and the lead is cut to 6. Avdia with 8 points to lead all scorers. Make it 9 as he drops down the second free throw. Good start for him. Scotty Barnes back into the ball game out of this timeout. He's got the ball at center court, goes over on the far wing to Mobo. Mobo looking to give it back, but instead he puts it on the floor, gets into the paint, lost the handle, picked up by Jamison Battle. Battle now drives into the paint, kicks it back out onto the perimeter, stepping into a 3-ball, missing with Swider, and the Blazers grab the rebound. Thibault gave it up to Sharp, step back, straight away, no good, would have been a long deuce, missed the shot, and the Raptors snagged the rebound. Across center comes Scotty Barnes, driving into the paint, lost the handle with the beer league swat. It was taken away down the floor. Avdia got behind everybody, lays it in, and Portland converts off the Raptor turnover.
Well, the turnover, a tough one in transition, and a live ball turnover at that.
Raptors quickly down the floor themselves, though, and Mobo right under the 10 floats one in. Raptors push the lead back to 5 at 28-23. Avdia out on the far wing, well above the arc, trying to get away from Scotty Barnes. Stops on a dime, steps into a 3 and knocks it down. Wow, and
Tough
Scotty
shot.
Immediately looks at Avdia and just kind of went, woof. Like
Tough
he was
shot.
even impressed.
Tough shot, yeah, very tough shot by Avdia, playing through the physicality. Welcome to the 1980s.
1:35 to go, opening quarter. Jamison Battle, up fake, sets the feet in the near corner, busted. East side three right in front of the Portland bench.
Well, they reacted to him as a shooter, and the shot fake got everybody up in the air.
Sharp driving right side, tried to lay it in with the left hand, missed it, rolled off the rim, picked up by Swider, who hands to Scotty Barnes across center. Barnes, left hand pass over to Mobile. Back to Battle in the same spot, near corner, now Mobile, up top to Barnes. Barnes to Swider on the wing near side. Good look at a three, and jumping out on that one, and I think Thibault might have got a piece.
I think he did.
Portland with the ball far corner, and jumping out there to take the ball away was A.J. Lawson. He got out there in a hurry on the far side and just ripped it away from Murray. And then Chris Murray picks up the foul trying to fight for the ball. So the Raptors will keep it with a 5-point lead with 55.5 seconds to go in the frame. Scotty Barnes across center. Barnes looking to shake free from Walker, who stayed with him, and the Raptors come up empty on that offensive trip. Not a lot of movement on the ball on that one, and Portland converts on the other end with the bucket on a triple for Sharp, and the Raptor lead is down to 2. 31-29, 25 seconds to go. There's about a 6-second differential. Shot clock, game clock, so the Raptors will have to give it up. Barnes pushed out near center. He's 1 for 3 in this opening frame. Goes cross court, right to left to Lawson. Driving on the baseline. Tried to elevate with the scoop. Missed the shot. Gets his own shot back, though. Into the hands of Swider. Over to Mobo. Shot clock's at 1. Mobo cross court to Lawson. And the Raptors, I don't know if they realized or if they just couldn't get off the shot, but it's a shot clock violation. Portland will get it and a chance to close the quarter.
I think in a situation like that, I know the bench is at the other end, but somebody's got to try and make them aware, and then you got to drive that ball.
It's good if it goes, and he had a great look. Sharp, straight away, wide open, comes up empty on the triple. That would have given Portland the lead. Instead, the Raptors at the end of 1 lead by 2.
Shaedon Sharp having a nice quarter. 11 points and doing a good job on the offensive end.
31-29, Toronto on top of Portland at the end of 1. Second quarter action comes next on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
I don't want to say I'm a big deal, but I am a superhero. I love helping people consolidate their debts, and that's what I did for the Smiths. I took their bills and zoom, wha-bam, zap, turn them into one low monthly payment. No, the sound's not necessary, but it's part of the fun.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
Going on vacation? Spending money in another currency? From dollars to dong, pounds to pesos. If you're still using major banks, you could be getting ripped off. Instead, use Wise and save up to 3 times compared to major banks when you spend money in another currency. Download the Wise app today. Wise, the app for doing things in other currencies. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you, getting set to start the second quarter. The Raptors leading the Blazers 31-29. Raptors shooting 56.5% in the opening frame. Portland at just 44%. And the Raptors scoring 9 points off 7 Blazers turnovers. Why is this game so close?
Second chance points for Portland. Just in general, Eric, the rebounding.
Well, to your point, though, second chance points, 9-4. So there's a +5 for the Blazers on that one. On top of that, it's also +4, Jonesy. In the free throw shooting, the Raptors did not go to the stripe in the opening quarter. Portland, meanwhile, 4 for 4. Raptors starting with the ball in this second frame. Driving far side, missing on a scoop was Ochai Agbaji. He thought he got hit, no call. It's going to be off Portland, though, and stay with the Raptors. 6 on the shot clock. Toronto getting it in. Ochai, great cut down Main Street. Freed himself and then went up with a left hand and got it to go.
And the patience by Scotty Barnes to wait and wait and wait to let the play develop.
Sharp, near side, leaned in on Barnes, who took the ball away, and then a late whistle comes in, and they're going to say a reach on Scotty Barnes.
Scotty not happy with that call by C.J. Washington.
Nor is Darko. He's looking up at the screen right now. Scotty might have got a bit of the arm. Darko was looking right at the board right in front of us and opted to not challenge. Toronto up 33-29. 40 seconds into the second quarter. Turning, firing on a fade near side. Banton missed it badly. And then the Raptors come away with the rebound. Jamison Battle went to go cross court to Barnes, and Barnes had vacated his spot on the perimeter. It goes out of bounds, and a turnover charge to the Raptors.
Well, they were into an action. Little dribble weave, handoff action, and then a ball reversal, and Battle didn't even look. Kind of like when a quarterback says, you're supposed to run me out, and I'm throwing the ball, and it goes right to the defense, and people say, what's the quarterback doing?
In the lane, driving, kicking, Murray picked off. Raptors another forced turnover. Lawson streaking down the floor. Man, he turned on the Jets, took the contact, lays it in, and the Raptors open up the 6-point lead with another one coming at the free throw line.
Wow, the turnover game. 9th turnover by Portland. Lazy pass by Chris Murray, and A.J. Lawson determined, getting downhill.
Lawson missing on the free throw. So the lead stays at 6, 35-29. Portland inbounding, the Raptors picking up pressure in the backcourt yet again. Banton now going to try and shake free from Lawson. Whoa, he just got it across.
Raptors ball pressure giving Portland all kinds of issues.
Oh, Banton, to his credit, just fought through traffic, took the contact, and got it to go. How about that bucket for Delano Banton, the 45 Express?
That's what you're supposed to do. When a guy's tight on you, beat him, make him pay. And Portland having trouble with that, but you don't have that issue when you change speed. And that's what Banton did on that last one. Lawson infection control. He's got a cut. The head therapist, Rayhan Malik, is looking after.
With 10:36 to go in the second quarter, and the Raptors leading 35-31. Might have happened when Lawson was battling for that rebound after his missed free throw. I wonder if the nail kind of bent back or even just came right off. He immediately reached down for his hand, almost like you when you dislocate your finger, but it looks like it's the thumb, the right thumb, and I think I'm right, Jonesy. That nail, it's still intact, but a good chunk of it might have got ripped off there.
Ouch.
As he was battling. He's going to, I think, come out of the ball game right now and go get bandaged up in some capacity. Nothing that's stitch-related, but I'm sure he's going to have to put a Band-Aid on or some kind of tape to hold down that nail. Delano Banton goes to the free throw line after making the very tough athletic and physical layup. And as Banton got his first bucket of the game, now he steps to the stripe, knocks it down, and the Raptor lead is cut to 35-32. 10:33 left in the second quarter. Barnes, look out, down Main Street, and it looked like it was going to be an opportunity for a wide open dunk. He tried to stop his momentum and float one up and in, and they're going to still call a charge on Scotty Barnes. They're going to say Really? That Walker actually took that?
Well, he's got his right heel on the line. And I guess there's a charge and, to me, an intent. And I didn't think that. I thought that was a play on myself.
I also thought he might have still been moving a little bit, or leaning at least.
Toronto is challenging the offensive foul called on the floor.
So Jason Goebel making the announcement that Toronto indeed is challenging. We got the green light special going on right now. C.J. Washington and J.D. Rouse, the other officials. We're going to step aside for the break. Hopefully we'll have an answer for you when we come back with the Raptors leading 35-32, 10:26 to go in the second quarter on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot.
Cheers, Insiders! Thank you so much for hanging out here every single Raptors game all season long. We are making a huge difference in the SickKids Hospital Bracket Mania campaign for March Madness. We would not have the community that we have to hang out together every single game of March Madness and grow this awesome channel and group of people that we call Insiders. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for hitting that like button, sharing this link out, hitting that subscribe button, turning on that bell, because we wouldn't be here without you. And over $10,000 raised in just 11 months. We're making a big impact in people's lives. Let's go make it bigger. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Go Raptors, go. We'll see you back in the chat.
As they ruled that Walker was in the restricted area. So it was a bucket for Barnes, and he makes the free throw. That stretches the Raptor lead now to 38-32. Banton getting back into the painted area, floats one up, took contact, missed it.
Well, they've obviously talked to Delano about not staying on the perimeter and allowing the pressure to mount on you. Got to beat the guy on the bounce when he's up tight on you. The Raptors doing a really good job with their ball pressure, even on the inbound passes.
Banton has it again for Portland. Straight away, steps back, elevates for a jumper over Robinson, missed it. Rebound tracked down far corner by Jamison. Battle gives it to Shed, who will bring it across center. Shed at the free throw line. Oh, stop and go. Little man got in the lane, but he missed the layup. What a move by Shed, but he just couldn't finish, unfortunately. Walker has it for the Blazers. Over to Sharp. Sharp dips behind the screen set by Reed, steps into a triple and knocks it down.
Looks very comfortable shooting that three ball, does Shaedon Sharp, especially off the dribble.
He's got 14 in the game, and Battle on the other end for Toronto got called for the walk as he got the feet shuffling before putting the ball down, and that will give the ball to Portland. It's the 6th turnover of the game for the Raptors.
We're going to watch this matchup. Ochai Agbaji now guarding Shaedon Sharp.
Oh, and Sharp just got to the tin again and went flying into the basket stanchion. That looked like he jarred himself, but he quickly, thankfully, gets right back up and runs down the floor defensively. Raptors leading 38-37. Robinson down on the right block, turns, fires, and threw it up too hard on a right-hand hook shot. Portland with the ball and a chance to snag the lead. Banton went left, spins right, might have got away with a walk. It's Sharp on the perimeter, drives into the paint, goes to Banton near corner in front of the Raptor bench, cues it up, air ball, but cleaned up down low by Reith, who lays it in, and the Raptors now trail by 1.
Well, they're getting beat on the penetration, Toronto, and Portland is getting good looks, and the penetration is causing the defense and the rebounding to break down as well. So Darko with the timeout, got to make an adjustment there.
We'll step aside for the break with 8:56 to go in the second quarter. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
When you get a Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and class-leading safety included, it's like you also get a Subaru that comes with your very own golf club holder, stadium parking navigator, a basketball team transporter, a remote cottage finder, a beaver spotter, a coach hauler, bear country guide, a family road trip carrier, a muddy road controller, extreme wind stabilizer, plus a... And we're out of time. Subaru is the multi-tool that masters every unpredictable weather condition. Visit your local Subaru dealer for great lease and finance options.
Oh no, I can't be out of ink. Not now.
Mega Tank.
Why do I always do this to myself? What is that printer that comes with 30 times the ink?
Mega Tank.
Yes, it's a Canon. Mega phone?
Mega Tank.
It's a Canon printer. It comes with like $2,000 worth of ink. Prints me over 7,700 color pages.
Mega Tank.
Mega what?
Listen to the voice in your head and get a Canon Megatank printer, so you don't have to think about ink for a long, long time. Canon Megatank printers available at Staples, Best Buy, and Walmart.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Jonesy enjoying the six tricks in the timeout. The high flyers off the trampoline. Jonesy wants to get out there.
Slam ball.
Yes. That lasted a year or what? Maybe more?
Thinking
1 year?
back, what were the 2010s tonight? That would be slam ball.
Now, this is going to probably not sink in with a good chunk of our audience, but Mark Boyle is the play-by-play voice for the Indiana Pacers. And to my knowledge, maybe it's happened more with other people around the league, I don't know. But I remember specifically Boyle, he didn't go off a trampoline, but you know sometimes when the Raptor has like the little cart or something that he attaches to two big bungee cords, and then they slingshot you from like the one basket stanchion, and then you go flying down the floor and through the bowling pins, like the inflatable bowling pins. I know Mark Boyle did that once in Indiana. I'm going to see if I can sign you up for that in Toronto.
No chance.
Send
No
Jones
chance.
flying down the court.
10 years ago, I might have thought about it. Now, no chance.
Raptors out of the timeout. Ochai missing a triple, but tracked down on the baseline by Robinson. Second chance opportunity for the Raptors, who trail by 1, and they continue to trail by 1 as Ochai misses a 3-ball on the far wing. Back the other way come the Blazers. They did have an early 4-point lead. Then they went down by 9. They've come back to snag the advantage again with still a ton of time to go in the first half, 8:15 to be exact. Banton in the lane, throws it up to Klingon, who tried to catch and finish all in one motion, and he's fouled by Robinson. And Klingon is going to go to the free throw line. You know what? He's not only big at 7'2", but he's big. He's a thick dude, too. What, about 280, 285?
I'm not sure if he's getting weighed on a bathroom scale.
Well, now they're going to call it on the floor and not on the shot, so it'll be sideline out of bounds. Klingon was standing at the stripe. Doesn't seem like there's much of a fight coming from Chauncey Billups right now as Banton gets set to throw it in from the near side. Taking a long time again. Finally got it in. His pass picked off by Ochai. Billups not happy with that one. Down Main Street, Ochai goes into the corner to Shed. All the way back out into the far wing to nobody.
He was trying to find Mobo.
He threw it to Larry Tannenbaum.
Yeah, he's trying to find Mobo, but a rare brain cramp by Jamal looking for his big guy, who's not really a catch-and-shoot three-point shooter on the far side.
Driving into the painted area, missing the shot. was Walker, and the Raptors come away with the rebound off the Portland miss. Toronto still looking to grab the advantage back, but they turn it over yet again. It's turned into a real sloppy quarter for both teams. Sharp missing in the near corner, but Portland tracks down the offensive rebound. Down Main Street, Thibault, right-hand scoop, high off glass, missed it. Robinson with the rebound. He's fouled, so it'll stay with Toronto. And 7:34 to go in the half. This game has grinded to a halt. Raptors still shooting over 51%, but they've coughed up 8 turnovers. The Blazers with 9.
Yeah, their turnovers have risen in this quarter, Toronto, and that's been part of the issue. They only had 4 at the end of the first quarter, and they've got 4 already in this quarter.
7:25 to go here, second quarter. Shed has it. Thibault's in front of him. Goes over to Robinson above the far elbow. Klingon on his hip. Robinson looking to give it back to Shed. Can't get it to him, so instead he finds Walter on the perimeter around the Robinson screen. Keeps it himself, gets into the paint. Tough pass in traffic to Robinson, who turns, fires, misses a right-hand hook, and Thibault grabs the rebound.
That was a great catch by Orlando Robinson in traffic.
Banton driving at Barrett, weaves into traffic and gets the layup to go. Banton has had a couple of nice moves in the lane.
Once he's figured out now that they're giving him that pressure, that should allow him to be able to handle out top after a couple of drives, maybe backing the defense off.
41-38. Raptors trailing by 3. Barrett got in lane, bumped, no call, got the bucket as he gets the hometown roll. Barrett with 6 points in the ball game on 3 of 6 shooting. Toronto trailing by 1. Abdia in the lane. Had the ball taken away by Robinson, who picks it up, finds Barrett down Main Street, goes into the far corner to Walter. Up fake, driving, stopping on a dime, tried to go cross-court to Shed. Free ball Jamal, no good. Klingon with the rebound. That'll be his 6th. Here come the Blazers with their 1-point lead. Banton dips behind Klingon. Goes over on the sideline to Abdia, far side. Abdia with Walter on his hip, now turning his back, trying to back into the painted area. Finds the cutter, Kamara, who then gave it to Klingon, who laid it in.
Klingon just happened to be standing there.
Yep.
Like, I watched him on that whole possession. He set one screen, went and parked his backside on the near block right side and said, just let me rest here. And the ball ended up finding him for a potential and one opportunity.
So A.J. Lawson's going to come back into the ball game now as Jamal Shed sits down. Klingon goes to the stripe. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game. Misses the free throw. 4 points, 6 boards, 3 assists for the big man. Helps extend the lead to 3 for the Blazers at 43-40. We're past the midway point of this second quarter. Barrett out of the logo at center, picked up by Banton. Left-hand dribble to the near elbow, now getting to the free throw line. Went right, comes back left, stops on a dime, turns, fires, and gets the bucket. RJ's got 8 to lead all Raptor scores.
A very tough move, and another one where you had to play through the contact to get your score.
Abdia to Klingon, back to Abdia, right in front of us on the near wing. Lobs it up to Klingon, who caught the pass and then tried to turn and fire quickly and missed the shot. He was kind of falling and tripping toward the baseline. Might have been better to slow things down. You'll take it and run if you're a Raptor fan, as Barrett tried to go no-look far corner and tried to get a little too cute with that one. It goes out of bounds off the fingertips of Lawson.
Well, a little bit of both. Not a great pass by Barrett, but if you're A.J. Lawson, you got to move your feet. You got to move your feet. You got fingertips on it there. It's not like you're on the move or anything.
Avdia driving near side. Ran into the chest of Robinson, missed the shot, got it back. Mobo now comes into double team, and then he bumps Avdia on a pass off to Klingon, but they're going to say that the pass from Abdia came as he was falling to the baseline and stepping onto the baseline, so give the ball to Toronto. I thought that was going to be a foul on Toronto.
They let them play through the physicality.
I like it. I'll take it. Scotty Barnes going to come back in right now for Orlando Robinson.
Raptors kind of going with a 5-out look now. Jacoby Walter, Scotty Barnes, A.J. Lawson, Jonathan Mobo, and R.J. Barrett. Let's see what this produces.
Barnes out on the wing far side, trying to go at Banton. Now gets into the heart of the lane. A baseline cut. Great job there by A.J. Lawson, who then gave it up to Mobo, who unfortunately missed the dunk. Beautiful ball movement by the Raptors. They just couldn't come away with points. trailing by 1, 43-42. Portland on top. Banton in the lane. Goes into the corner to Thibault along the baseline. Dancing through traffic. Missed the layup. Raptors grabbed the rebound. Mobo head to Barrett. Far side. Barrett now driving into the chest of Thibault. Took contact. Back out on the perimeter to Scotty. Up fake. Set the feet. Take the three. Miss the three. Klingon with the rebound. Raptors getting plenty of opportunities here. Still trailing by just 1. And here comes a big opportunity. Lawson with the steal and down the floor for a soft two-hand flush.
Great hands by A.J. Lawson. Anticipation in the passing lane, and now Chauncey Billups wants a timeout.
With 3:54 to go in the opening half. We're going to keep it here with Toronto now leading by 1.
Really nice job by A.J. Lawson. He is a kid that always plays with a whole lot of energy. 7 points in 8 minutes tonight. Got 5 shots up. Kind of like a mini version of the Energizer and Chris Boucher.
Jones, the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Smith & Jones. Hey, the latest Smith & Jones is out right now, featuring one of the OGs from the 95-96 season, Ed Pinckney, and talking a lot about Villanova and the NCAA tournament, with, of course, March Madness going on, the Final Four this weekend, the championship coming up on Monday, and, of course, a lot of Raptor memories with Ed Pinckney. So make sure you check it out. Google, Apple, Spotify, or otherwise. Yeah. Sportsnet.ca, it's available.
Eddie was a former most outstanding player in the Final Four and one of the most shocking upsets in NCAA history, with Villanova beating Georgetown. Like I said, I talked about it on the podcast. I still remember the headline in the New York paper, April 1st, 1985, no April Fool's joke, because Georgetown was supposed to win that thing.
And on that out-of-town scoreboard, speaking of Georgetown, Washington, the Wizards that is, trailing by 14. Orlando leading 63-49. Minnesota in the second quarter up on Brooklyn 38-30. Memphis up by 3 on Miami. That one late second quarter. Milwaukee ahead of the Sixers by 8. That one in the third quarter with about 5 minutes to go. Late game tonight. Golden State against the Lakers. So I'm sure we're both going to get home and watch the second half of that one.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Raptors get a defensive stop out of the timeout as they keep Portland off the board, and coming the other way, Mobo is fouled at the 10. No? They're going to call a charge?
Going to call offensive.
Oh, man. Come on, Jonesy.
I thought Mobo committed a little bit too soon.
Okay. So wipe it out and send it back the other way, as Portland will have a chance to grab the lead with 3:27 to go in this second quarter. Raptors again picking up pressure in the backcourt.
Oh, no. They got that wrong.
Well, it looked like it went off Shaedon Sharpe, right?
No, oh, yeah. It was batted forward by Portland. How can 3 referees look at that and not call that? It was batted forward by Portland. Like this.
Garrett Temple was looking at the coaching staff wondering if they were going to challenge. Sharp on the near side. Goes up top to Banton. Good look at a 3 ball. No good. Walter snags the rebound.
You get
so
your
no
stop.
harm done.
Yeah, and you save your challenge because you've already used it once.
Barrett straight away. 3 ball. A little too strong. No good down low. The Blazers secure the rebound. Kamara over to Banton. Cross center court far side. Back to Avdia straight away. Avdia trying to go at Mobo. Over the shoulder pass to an open Banton on the far wing. Again, too strong. That one no good. And the Raptors grab the rebound. Barrett, what a pass ahead to Lawson. How about that find from R.J. Barrett? The Cleveland Browns could use that one, Jonesy.
Wow, that thing was on a line, too. A 2-hand chest pass.
And the Raptors snag another turnover. Barrett's got it again. Left-hand scoop. Good to go. R.J. Barrett putting on a show the last couple possessions. And the Raptors lead 48-43.
Well, what goes around comes around. Raptors make the steal. And this time, Scotty Barnes with the long pass to RJ on the run out, and he was on the left side, and Shaedon Sharpe just said, okay, take it. I'm not going to take a foul. So, nice job. Again, the turnovers, Eric. 13 turnovers for Portland, giving Toronto 15 points.
By the way, do the Browns have a quarterback yet?
No. And we should be taking...
I wasn't even joking. I was I'm thinking all this movement in the offseason.
Well,
I'm like, I don't think the Browns have a quarterback
The owner,
yet.
Jimmy Haslam, came out and said the Deshaun Watson deal wasn't a good one.
Yeah, thanks, Captain Obvious.
Duh. And then what I can't understand now is not taking Shadur Sanders if he's there.
They have to.
They
have to. They don't have a quarterback.
I don't know if they're playing games in the media or what, but how do you not?
Obviously they have Watson, but they don't have a quarterback.
The Browns, in my eyes, I'd have been fine with famous Jameis staying around for another year.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I don't know if you saw the spidey senses tingling in the rumor mill last week when, for some reason, Kirk Cousins was in Ohio and was like about 15 minutes from the Browns facility or something, and he was at a Chipotle ordering lunch and took a picture with a whole bunch of the staff at the Chipotle, and people were starting to wonder if maybe the Brownies got something cooking with Atlanta and trying to grab Kirk Cousins.
I take the other guy they have.
Well, yeah, Michael Penix.
I take Michael Penix Jr.
I'm sure a lot of teams
You could have Kirk Cousins. Although he was excellent in the quarterback series on Netflix.
That was really good. It really was. Even though I had to suffer through watching Patrick Mahomes. Sharp dipping around the screen set by Kling and got to the free throw line. Sharp jumper is good. And back home, he is putting on a show. He's got 18.
He is so smooth offensively. And he's got that kind of Drew Holiday gait where he's going much faster than he looks.
Shed drove far side, dropped the pass in the heart of the lane to Mobo, who missed it right underneath the rim. Back the other way, guess who? Shaden Sharp streaking to the tin, laying it in, then getting the steal in the backcourt off the Raptor inbound, and then getting the offensive rebound off the missed shot from Avdia, but he couldn't squeeze, and it'll be Raptor ball. Shaden Sharp is everywhere right now.
He's got some really good numbers. 20 points, 5 rebounds, an assist.
Barrett bounces in the lane, down near the left block, goes high off glass with a left-hand floater. Bucket and one as RJ will step to the stripe with Toronto leading by 3. He's got 12 to lead all scores for the Raptors in the first half.
Can't believe Portland isn't on the scouting report.
Left, and more left?
Yeah, he's gotten to his left whenever he wanted to.
Raptors shooting 51%. As Barrett misses at the free throw line now, 1 of 3 at the stripe as a team. Under 90 seconds to go in the first half. Kamara gave it up to Avdia on the wing near side, missed it, back rim into the hands of Jamal Shed, who sprints across center. Shed, baseline, cut off. Again, a pass in the heart of the lane to Walter, to a cutting Mobo. Rim, glass rim, no good. Shed snags the rebound to keep it alive. Fresh 14. Up fake, sidestep. Walter near side, triple, no good. And the rebound goes to the Blazers.
Had a great look. Great patience by Toronto to get Jacoby that look.
Sharp nearly had the ball taken away by Barrett. Goes over to Kamara. Back to Sharp. Cross court, left to right to Thibault. On the perimeter now. And not even looking at the clock. Now I'll say this. There needs to be awareness, no doubt. No doubt from Kamara. I didn't hear Chauncey Billups saying anything. I didn't see the bench saying anything. I didn't hear any of the teammates saying anything. Like, is anybody talking right now?
I thought Toronto did a great
They did, but
job
somebody's got to.
individually. Yeah, somebody's got to sound the alarm there, but Toronto did a great job. And it started with Barrett on Sharp. He knows that this guy's trying to perform in front of people at home. Sharp's got 20 points. On that last possession, RJ sat in his chair, looked him in the eye, and said, okay, man, you got to do this to me. And that's where I think when you're a player, a good player, professional pride takes over. Like, man, I'm going to shut the water off here.
Raptors leading 50-47 with 28 seconds to go. Right block, stopping on a dime, floating one up and missing was Jamal Shed. And the Blazers secure the rebound. A 3 could tie it. A deuce cuts it to 1 as we approach half. 15 seconds to play. Probably last shot time for Portland. Avdia out near center with Walter on his hip. Avdia looks up at the clock. Shot clock's down to 6. Game clock at 5. Avdia tried to go back to Sharp. It's deflected away by Toronto. with 1.9 seconds on the shot clock, 3 seconds on the game clock.
Well, that's where a deflection is huge, right?
So Portland will inbound. Kamara gets it to Sharp at the logo, turns, fires, no good. And it's a shot clock violation. The Raptors will get the ball before the end of the half. Probably not enough time to do much with it.
Well, they got 1.1.
Yep. So they can get a pass towards center.
Yeah, you should be able to get something cleared out like football here.
Inbounding is Barrett, who tried to get it to Walter. It's knocked away by Shaden Sharp out towards center court.
I'd run. I have a play for this situation, and it's a football play.
Like setting a pick?
Well, yeah. You bring the two guys on the other side of center back to the ball.
Yep.
And the guy in your backcourt takes off like a fly pattern. And you hit him like a football, and away you go. But
Raptors inbound, and the clock goes. That'll do it, Jonesy, for the first half. Raptors leading 50-47, a very low-scoring second quarter after Toronto put up 31 in the opening frame. But either way, you'll take the lead with Toronto on top by 3. Amit Man comes up next with the halftime show. Then we return for the second half on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
Craving something fresh, fast, and full of flavor? At Barburrito, you can create millions of delicious combinations to match your mood. Build your perfect burrito, bowl, quesadilla, or taco, bursting with bold flavors and fresh ingredients. Whether you love it spicy, packed with veggies, or loaded with all the classics, there's a flavor for everyone. Barburrito is proudly Canadian, serving communities coast to coast, right in your neighborhood. Order today in store or on the Barburrito Canada app.
Barburrito, food for every mood.
At Newboro, we develop unique plans so people can unlock the equity in their home. Unique like this one. It's called the Aaron and Catherine Plan. Aaron was in the middle of selling his small business and wanted to pay off some debt. Truth is, big banks are not too keen on small business. So we developed a plan that was the perfect fit. Because as we see it, you're anything but small. Reach out today. We'll work side by side to unlock the equity in your home.
Use your home to get a loan with Newboro.
License 13115.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
My name is Amit Man. Tonight's halftime is brought to you by your Ontario Honda dealers. Get home court advantage on every drive with the new Civic Hybrid, proudly built in Ontario. Visit Ontario Honda dealers today. At the half, 50-47 for your Toronto Raptors. RJ Barrett scintillating in that first half. He was excellent. He had the ball in his hands all half, and he did a lot with it. He has 12 points on 6 of 10 shooting, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. He's filling the stat sheet. Also, AJ Lawson off the bench, 9 points, 4 of 6 shooting, 1 of 2 from 3, along with 2 steals, a couple of high-flying buckets for AJ. And also, Jonathan Mobo, I want to give him a shout-out. 6 points, 3 of 6 shooting, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 3 turnovers. Not good, but he has the floater going, and that's been a weakness in his game throughout the season, but he has been doing a much better job of finishing in the paint. And in this first half, that definitely continued. Jamal Shed, 1 of 5 from the field, 3 points. Scotty Barnes, 2 of 5 from the field, 5 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. The Raptors are doing a great job on the bench. Bench points are 23-2 for the Raptors. Several players are contributing. Almost everyone on the team has contributed, at least those who have played outside of Cole Swider, who is scoreless, but everyone's kind of getting in on the action, and the Raptors are leading 13-7 in terms of bench or fast break points. And then on the Blazers side, their scoring is coming from two players predominantly. One of those, not a bad thing, because it's Jaden Sharp, right, the Canadian. He has 20 points on 9 of 16 shooting, 2 of 7 from 3, and he shoots 28% on the season, so he's feeling it from beyond the arc, so good for him. And then he also has 5 rebounds. And Denny Avdia, he has 14 points, 5 of 10, 2 of 4 from 3, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. So between those two players, they have 34 of the Blazers' 47 points. Those guys are getting it done. Roy Woods, the Canadian rapper, he's performing right now. It's a party here down at Scotiabank Arena. We'll continue talking about this first half and look ahead to the second half when we return. You're listening to Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
I'm Ray Ferraro. I'm a retired NHL player. After 18 years, my knees and feet had just had enough. Day-to-day was filled with some sort of pain. Kintex changed everything. What they've shown me is custom orthotics and the proper footwear provide comfort, confidence, and care in every step. The relief was immediate. Now I'm pain-free and active. Let Kintex join you on your journey to stay active. Check them out at kintec.net.
Okay, flights on Air Canada. How about Prague?
Ooh, Paris. Those gardens.
Gardens. Amsterdam. Tulip Festival.
I see your festival and race you a carnival in Venice.
Or Bermuda has Carnival.
Ooh, colorful.
You want colorful? Thailand. Lantern Festival? Boom.
Book it. How did we get to Thailand from Prague?
Oh, right. Prague.
Oh, boy.
Choose from a world of destinations, if you can. Air Canada. Nice travels.
Need to send money in another currency? With Wise, you can send money internationally without hidden fees. From dollars to dong, pounds to pesos, euros to yen, you could save up to 3 times compared to major banks. Send money with Wise in more than 40 currencies without getting ripped off. See how much you could save. Download the Wise app today. Wise, the app for doing things in other currencies. Terms and conditions apply.
They say love is complicated, but at Mucho Burrito, love is simple. Like roasting corn until it blisters with flavor. Love is dicing fresh pico de gallo every single day. And love is marinating our chicken overnight, grilling it in small batches, just like it should be. At Mucho Burrito, love isn't whispered. It's rolled, folded, or drizzled. Come to Mucho Burrito, where good food isn't just made, it's made with love. Love life. Love made in casa. Love Mucho!
Guess who just bundled their home and auto with Desjardins Insurance?
Well, look at you, all grown up and saving money.
Yes, I am.
Mom told you to do it, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
Get insurance that's really big on care. Switch and you could save up to 35% on home insurance when you bundle home and auto. Desjardins Insurance. Here for your home, auto, life, and business needs. Certain conditions apply.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back to tonight's halftime show. My name is Amit Mann. The Raptors lead 50-47 at the half versus the Portland Trailblazers. Roy Woods, the Canadian rapper, just wrapped up here. Man, everyone was pumped to hear Roy. He was terrific. His performance, anytime you get to see a Canadian legend perform on the Raptors court, anywhere, really, it's such a great experience. So that was pretty cool. I'm happy we got to check that out. But the Raptors, right, so they're currently leading by 3. That first quarter, much more high scoring, and then in that second quarter, you know, the Blazers win it 19-18. And as I said before, like, their scoring is coming from 2 guys. It's Denny Avdia and Shaedon Sharpe. Now, if you want to take the ball out of those guys' hands, like, the methods are pretty simple, and there are guys that the Raptors would much prefer take their shots. And Donovan Clingan, you know, he's predominantly being used as a screener, and he's a big guy. Like, I'm looking at him right now. He just missed a layup. Anyways, that's the kind of guy that you want to be taking the shots. And so I think if the Raptors decide to do some trapping around ball screens. If he's going to be the guy that has to make decisions in the middle of the court, I think that's a good thing. That's a good recipe for the Toronto Raptors if they want to try to win this game. And aside from that, let's start forcing the ball to different players. Now, the thing about that with the Shaedon Sharpe is that he's extremely shifty. Like Jamal Shed, he's got those young, spirited legs, and, Shaedon Sharpe does one of those cutback dribbles, and all of a sudden, he's got some room. So you got to live with some of those happening, but I think a recipe for them to win this game is to take the ball out of those guys' hands and rely on your ability to, scramble and make good decisions. Like between those two guys, Denny has 6 turnovers, Shaedon has 0 currently, but if you make them, become decision makers and they got to read double teams and the defenses and the second levels, you're going to have good results. And then you're able to get out on the break. And RJ Barrett, he's been feasting on the break, like the open layups and transition. They're flowing for him, and anyone he sees in front of him is barbecue chicken. He's going to be able to make the good decisions, and he's going to kick it out if he needs to. Now, the Raptors and the Trailblazers, neither team is shooting very well from 3. The Blazers are shooting 4 of 20 for 20%, and the Raptors are 5 of 15 for 33%. So, obviously, you're hoping that changes for the Raptors. I'm looking at Cole Swider. He has 0 points right now, 0 of 2 from 3. He's shown the ability to hit some buckets if they're open or under slight duress, and I'm hoping he can find that stroke in the second half as well for him and for the Toronto Raptors. I like seeing him and Jamison Battle both check in at the same time. It's like, Bash Brothers in a way, but they're going to hit jumpers. I guess jumper bros, shooter bros, whatever you want to call it. I like seeing that from the Raptors. I want to see those two guys work more with Scotty Barnes, too, who, before the game, Darko did say that Scotty's his right hand has been bothering him, and obviously making shots is going to be sacrificed a little bit, but his vision is still there, his passing ability is still there. Seeing him with a couple of shooters around him is always going to be a good recipe for the Raptors, and we don't have IQ out there tonight, and that's how the Raptors are currently switching up which lineups they're going to roll with. Darko wants to see IQ and Jakob Poeltl work together, and he wants to see RJ Barrett, get some on-ball reps, so that's why we're seeing him have the ball in his hand so much, and RJ's making great decisions out of it. Hopefully he keeps the turnovers down, and the Raptors can find a way to win this second half by more so than 3 points, and they can come out with a win. I want to see them get a W here. So let's see if the Raptors can do that. Eric Smith and Paul Jones, they got you from here. We'll talk to you after the game, and maybe we're talking a Raptors win, because that's what we want to see around here. You're listening to Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
Joe and Lucy needed a new roof and reached out to Alpine Credits. I flew over to help them with a home renovation loan. I suggested they transform their house into a giant robot head, beams that shoot from the eyes. Pew, pew. Instead, they just went with shingles. But it's pretty glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
When you get a Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and class-leading safety included, it's like you also get a Subaru that comes with your very own golf club holder, stadium parking navigator, a basketball team transporter, a remote cottage finder, a beaver spotter, a coach hauler, bear country guide, a family road trip carrier, a muddy road controller, extreme wind stabilizer, plus a... And we're out of time. Subaru is the multi-tool that masters every unpredictable weather condition. Visit your local Subaru dealer for great lease and finance options.
Wagovi, ask for it by name. Wagovi, that's all I will say. There's things about Wagovi that I want to talk to. Don't ask me, go ask your doctor. Wagovi, it's all I will say. Wagovi, bang, bang. Ask your doctor about Wagovi today. Visit the website wagovi.ca. Wagovi.
Make your baseball dreams come true with MLB The Show 25. Hear the roar of the crowd and feel every pitch with the most realistic gameplay ever. Craft your own unique journey from high school all the way to the big leagues. Be the boss and lead your team to a championship. Relive history in the award-winning Storylines mode. And build your dream squad in Diamond Dynasty. It's all there in MLB The Show 25. Available now on PlayStation 5 Xbox Series X, and Nintendo Switch. Rated E for everyone. Visit theshow.com for more.
Great goal! Let's go to Dave at the bench.
Oh, what a shot, Gord. Last time we spoke, you had been really tired. Not anymore.
Yeah, snoring all night. Losing sleep ruins your game.
Problem snoring? Suffer from sleep apnea? Invest in yourself. Call Dr. Paulette Pillersdorf. She'll use her laser to help treat your snoring and oral appliance like a sports mouth guard for your sleep apnea. Your partner will thank you.
Thanks, Gord.
Book your appointment with Dr. Paulette Pillersdorf. Call 647-243-2006.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Back at Scotiabank Arena, Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you, getting set to start the second half with the Raptors leading 50-47 as Toronto got 12 points from R.J. Barrett in the first half, 14 for Denny Avdia for the Blazers, but the leading scorer on either side, Portland's Shaedon Sharpe, the Canadian, with 20. But again, his club down 3 as the Raptors start with the ball, looking to add to their three-point advantage. Shed gave it up to Scotty Barnes towards center. Barnes with a quiet first half, only 5 points in 16 minutes. Missing on a right-hand scoop, no good. Portland with the rebound, and across center comes Sharpe, driving, floating one up and getting the bucket to go as he was falling away from the tin. It's good for Sharpe from 8 feet.
He's been impressive. He really has.
Robinson out on the far wing inside the arc. Orlando Robinson hands to Scotty Barnes, who dips behind the Robinson screen, gets into the paint. He tried to go under the arm of Klingon, missed the layup. Scotty now 2 of 7. Back the other way comes Avdia. Layup is good, and back-to-back buckets to start the second half gives Portland the 1-point lead. Robinson hands off to Walter. Jacoby Walter in the lane. He tried to go into the heart of the defense, had his shot knocked away, but the Raptors pick up the loose ball. Barrett over to Shed, busted. East side triple is good for Jamal Shed.
Jamal has been so steady. I mean, you think about him going into next year with another summer, playing summer league, improvement, working with coaches.
And again, Shaedon Sharpe into the lane with a left hand, took contact, got it to go. 24 points for Sharpe. I'm going to ask you a question about Sharpe in a second here, Jonesy. A Shed goes to Robinson straight away with a 3, and the big man knocks it down from the north side. Big O with the 3. Puts Toronto up 56-53. Sharpe to Banton. Banton dips behind Klingon. Banton in the lane. Looking for Klingon, instead gave it to Avdia, who goes into the paint, goes right at Walter, missed the shot, stays with the play, missed his own tip. Second tip, no good. Bounced it up a third time and got it to go. And now he's barking at Jason Goebel, the official, who just gave Avdia a long leash. Portland down 1. Shed in the lane. How about Shed, Jonesy?
Wow.
Goes right into the trees and lays it in with contact.
Jamal is also very physical for a guy that size. You think about it. He could be a running back or a tight end.
58-55. And the Raptors get a defensive stop. Get the ball, and then they missed Jamal Shed, who was wide open down the other end of the floor.
I think RJ tried to get it to him, but he was
fouled.
Yeah,
I guess. I think it was also late realization on everybody's part. Shed was camped out. He had all day. See if the Raptors can still get the deuce right here. Robinson at the far elbow goes back on the perimeter to Shed. A little head and shoulder fake, trying to shimmy away from Banton. Now driving on the far side, gave it back to Robinson, flinged it up with a quick flick of the wrist, missed the shot as Klingon contested, and Portland gets the stop, and here they come. Banton to Klingon. Klingon trying to hand off, and he does now, to Kamara. Kamara, far corner, working against Robinson, brings it to the baseline, goes up and under, missed the layup, and Robinson with the rebound, quickly ahead to Barrett. Barrett driving at Avdia, who slapped it away from Barrett. RJ goes flying into the basket stanchion. No foul, just a Raptor ball with 19 on the shot clock, and 8:40 to go in the third quarter. 19 seconds on the shot clock for Toronto as the inbound from the baseline. Shed to do the honors. Float the pass back out to Robinson on the perimeter, who gave it up to Walter. Jacoby Walter now driving far side. He goes right at Klingon, who gobbled him up with a big block shot, but Walter stays with it to secure the ball. To Barrett. RJ in the lane. Turns, fires, floats it, misses it. Klingon with the rebound. His 10th. Raptors trying to stand in tall defensively on the other end, and they do as they get the stop. Kamara missing and battling for the rebound. It's off the fingertips of the Blazers. I think it was Klingon who touched it last, who couldn't squeeze. And the Raptors will get it back. Leading 58-55, 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Barnes, triple, far wing. Short, barely grazed iron. He's 2 of 8 tonight with only 5 points. Raptors leading by 3. Near corner, Sharp, good look at a triple, buried it right in front of his own bench, and we are tied at 58.
Look, he has been an improving offensive player all year, and he's showing it to you tonight.
Barrett gets to the baseline, far side for the Raptors, and floats it up with the left hand to put Toronto back on top.
A really nice move by RJ. That kind of hesitation, dribble, handcuffing the defense, and then finishing at the end.
Portland works it around the perimeter to Banton, who drives down Main Street, scoops it up and in. He went from the far wing down toward the left block and got it to go. And as the Raptors advance the ball across center, Darko calls for time.
Well, he's out there teaching with Jamal, making sure that he understands, and slaps him on the chest and goes into his timeout. We're talking about it in the pregame. I love the fact that Darko kind of holding guys accountable and still trying to build the winning culture.
With 7:08 to go in the third quarter, the Raptors and Blazers are tied at 60. We'll come back with more action from Scotiabank Arena on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito. My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century? That's how Gary fans. And we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Craving something fresh, fast, and full of flavor? At Barburrito, you can create millions of delicious combinations to match your mood. Build your perfect burrito, bowl, quesadilla, or taco, bursting with bold flavors and fresh ingredients. Whether you love it spicy, packed with veggies, or loaded with all the classics, there's a flavor for everyone. Barburrito is proudly Canadian, serving communities coast to coast, right in your neighborhood. Order today in store or on the Barburrito Canada app.
Barburrito. Food for every mood. When you get a Subaru with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and class-leading safety included, it's like you also get a Subaru that comes with your very own golf club holder, stadium parking navigator, a basketball team transporter, a remote cottage finder, a beaver spotter, a coach hauler, bear country guide, a family road trip carrier, a muddy road controller, extreme wind stabilizer, plus a... And we're out of time. Subaru is the multi-tool that masters every unpredictable weather condition. Visit your local Subaru dealer for great lease and finance options.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 7:05 to go in the third quarter. Raptors and Blazers tied at 60. All right, I said I was going to ask you a question, Jonesy, about Shaedon Sharpe, who's got 27 points to lead all scorers. He scored almost half of Portland's points. I know you're on the board with Canada Basketball. You're not the head coach. You're not the GM. You're on the board. So it's not your call. But why is it that a guy like Shaedon Sharpe is not already on the team, but I got to assume he will be in 2028?
Well, it's a numbers game. Shaedon Sharpe, Leonard Miller, some of these young
Benedict
Canadians.
Mathurin.
Ben Mathurin, even though he had a shoulder injury, they were in at camp, and they're committed for 2028. I mean, with Sharp, he was there. He played well. But just a matter of numbers and experience.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah. And to kind of avoid that, well, Rowan Barrett, general manager of the senior men's national team, and Michael Bartlett, COO Canadian Basketball, were both here tonight to talk to Shaden and let him know that, listen, we're still going to be counting on you going forward. And 2028 with guys like Kelly Olynyk transitioning out, you know, I don't know if Kelly's going to be around in 28, but you certainly want to kind of restock the cupboard. And guys like Shaden Sharp are terrific for that. I mean, you look at this year's team, who is he playing over in terms of experience and ability? He's there, but he's not quite there. But his time is coming.
I mean, you think about even a guy right now who just handed off the ball towards center court, A.J. Lawson to Jacoby Walter. To Ochai, back to Lawson. Lawson weaving through the lane. Now to Walter. Walter on the far wing, going to step into a triple. Left that one short. Rebound goes into the hands of Sharp, who streaks down the floor. Finds the cutting Avdia, who lays it in. Portland leads by 2.
Great fast break basketball by Portland. Sharp, ball in the middle. Avdia running the near lane.
Far wing, Ochai, 3-ball, gives Toronto the lead back at 63-62. And I mentioned the name of A.J. Lawson, Jonesy, with due respect. I'm not sure that he's in the mix because he's so far down the depth chart, especially when you think about the Canadian wings.
Yes.
Let alone this guy, too, Delano Banton, who got into lane for Portland, and a reach-in foul goes against Jacoby Walter, keeping the ball with Portland.
Tells you about something regarding the depth of Canadian basketball and where guys are. You know, we saw the other night in Chicago, Emmanuel Miller, Scarborough kid, TCU, undrafted, has now made his way into the league. So lots of deep talent there.
Portland goes to the line and knocks down the free throw. Delano Banton with 8 points in the ball game. I wasn't sure if that was going to be on the shot or on the floor, but I guess they say he was already in his upward motion to the hoop with the arms extended on that drive. Knocks down the second free throw. And now Portland goes from down 1 to up 1. It's 64-63 as we are pretty much at the midway point of quarter number 3. Walter has it out on the far wing. Jacoby Walter on a switch picked up by Avdia, goes cross court left to right to Ochai. Ochai weaves through the paint, fires on a jumper, and a late whistle comes in against Portland. That's going to go on Avdia on the jump shot, which will send Toronto to the free throw line.
Nice job by Ochai. Not just hanging out on the perimeter, really.
Hold on a second. Now they're saying no shots on that, and the Raptors are inbounding on the side. How was that not on the shot?
I guess they called it before the gather.
He elevated for a jump shot.
I guess they called the contact before the gather.
But the whistle came after the shot.
Yeah, well.
What am I missing?
Processing time? I don't know.
Oh, boy.
By the officials?
I guess I can't really rip the officials because my processing time was always slow in school. Robinson in the lane misses, gets it back though, tries to go right up against Klingon, missed it, gets the ball back again to Mobo, look out! And Mobo had the ball knocked away midair. Man, that would have been a poster, but back the other way comes Banton to lay it in.
The same thing, Portland. Fast break basketball, 3-on-2, ball in the middle, find the cutter coming down the wing.
That was a huge block. Klingon on Mobo. Raptors now trailed by 3. Mobo spinning near the right block, turns and gives it to Robinson. Rim glassing in. Big O got the friendly roll.
Yeah, got a roll. Got it up on the glass with a nice soft touch.
5:07 to go here in the third quarter. Swider and Battle going to come in at the next whistle. Sharp at the far elbow, goes back out on the perimeter to Klingon. The big man ripped the 3-ball. It rattled around 2 rims, no good, and the Raptors come away with the rebound. I guess you got to keep the big man happy every once in a while. Speaking of which, here's Big O. Orlando Robinson says, take that, Klingon. And he buries the triple from in front of the Raptor bench.
He rattled that one down. But we've seen Robinson shoot that comfortably and knock it down.
So Toronto comes back to take a 2-point lead. Portland swings it around and answers right back with a triple of their own on a lefty release for Kamara. Raptors looking to do it again and don't, as Walter misses from the far wing on a 3-ball. So back-to-back-to-back triples we go. Now Banton in the lane to Sharp. Up top to Kamara. Down low to Klingon. And the ball knocked away by Toronto, but it's going to be a foul on the Raptors, as now Swider and Battle will check into the ballgame. Matisse Thybulle going to come in for Portland as well. Robinson and Walters sit down for the Raptors. And we'll clean up the lineups on both sides in just a couple of moments. Portland gets it into Sharp. Sharp straight away. Swider is there. Sharp trying to shake free. Swider trying to hold his ground. They give it up to Avdia. Shot clock down to 2. Avdia turns into the paint. Got to the tin and laid it in again. Second time in the game he's done that, Jonesy, right as the shot clock is expiring.
He is showing a really nice burst in terms of handling the ball, albeit getting to his strong hand.
A.J. Lawson down Main Street, weaving through traffic with an athletic scoop and finish. 71-70. Raptors cut it to 1. Portland pushes it back to 3 as Banton gets to the 10 on a
lot of layups going on for both teams. Perimeter defense, not great.
And the Raptors just turned it over. Sharp took it away. Gave it up to Banton, back to Sharp. Swider did a great job stepping in front of Sharp, but Portland picks up the loose ball. They find Banton open for a 3, and he knocks it down from the near side, and Portland has taken a 6-point lead, their largest of the game.
Swider has got cable. He knew that Shaden Sharp was going to be elevating for an alley-oop, and he said to Banton, you can have your 2, and enticed him into trying to throw a lob.
Portland on a 10-2 run. Swider driving far side, stops on a dime below the far elbow, turns, fires, bad-looking shot on that one, and missed it.
Well, he drove in there with the intention of passing, and once the pass was cut off, I think he got stuck.
76-70. Avdia steps into a 3 on the wing near side, left it short, picked up by Lawson, ahead to Mobo, who leaked in behind the D, 2-hand flush, and the Raptors cut it to 4. 76-72, 2:19 to go in the quarter. Banton to Sharp, back to Banton, who'll bring it across center. Delano Banton, he's got 16 in the ballgame. Comes around a screen set by Thybulle on a switch picked up by Swider. Banton at the near elbow, stops his dribble, goes back to Sharp, who gives it back to Banton. He's going to pull up for a 3-ball over Swider and miss. Mobo with the rebound.
Pretty good defense by the Raptors that time, keeping Portland totally on the perimeter.
Mobo tried to drive into the paint, lost the handle, was picked up by Thybulle down the floor, and a big flush for Matisse Thybulle puts Portland up 78-72 with 1:37 to go in the quarter, and the Raptors trailing by 6.
Those top-to-wing passes, when you don't have the floor balanced, instead of trying to force it, make a backdoor cut, loosen the defense up, get somebody else coming to the ball. That was a tough turnover by Toronto.
1:37 to play in the third quarter. Again, the Raptors down 6 on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Craving something fresh, fast, and full of flavor? At Barburrito, you can create millions of delicious combinations to match your mood. Build your perfect burrito, bowl, quesadilla, or taco, bursting with bold flavors and fresh ingredients. Whether you love it spicy, packed with veggies, or loaded with all the classics, there's a flavor for everyone. Barburrito is proudly Canadian, serving communities coast to coast, right in your neighborhood. Order today in store or on the Barburrito Canada app.
Barburrito, food for every mood.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
Disturbed live.
Oh, get up, come on, get down with the
25th anniversary of the 5-time platinum album, The Sickness. 2 sets, 1 show, The Sickness in its entirety, and greatest hits with special guests Daughtry and Nothing More this Monday night, Scotiabank Arena. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. Disturbed. Live. This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Bring this up. Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Raptors trailing 78-72. Going to bring you in-house for a second here with a special recognition going on.
Tonight we recognize sportscaster Paul Jones. Since our inaugural season in 1995, Paul Jones has been a part of the Raptors family, from studio analyst to sideline reporter and the voice of the Raptors radio broadcast. Paul has been telling the Raptors story for 3 decades. A legend of Canadian sports broadcasting. Fans, put your hands together for Paul Jonesy Jones.
And a little love from the Raptor mascot coming over as well. As Jones,
another day one original.
Yeah, one of the OGs.
Mascot, the OGs. I think there's about 4 of us left. Leo, myself, the mascot, and Herbie. I'm not sure if there's any more.
78-74. Portland leading by 4 after Barrett just got the bucket out of the timeout. Thibault with a 3-ball near side, ripped the cords, and Portland leads by 7.
I wouldn't overreact to that. He's not a great 3-point shooter, but he looked comfortable there.
81-74. Portland leading by 7, their largest lead of the game, and the Raptors just turned it over. Toronto with 15 turnovers in the game. And the Raptors have had a rough third quarter, to say the least. Their field goal percentage has dipped down to 45%.
Scotty Barnes on Shaden Sharp now really pressuring the ball.
Toronto 10 of 24 in this third quarter. Sharp trying to go far corner, cross court over to Banton, knocked away by the Raps.
I like the fact that Swider jumped out to pick him up, and Scotty did not wait for Sharp to try and attack Swider. He came over and doubled, like, get the ball out of his hands.
Portland inbounding far corner. Banton to do the honors with 30.4 seconds to go in the quarter. He lobs one all the way out onto the perimeter. And the Raptors end up knocking it away, taking it away from Murray, coming down the floor. Touch pass from Barnes to Mobo, dunks it down, and the Raptors cut it to 5.
That score, a direct result of Toronto's defense.
13 seconds to go in the quarter, 81-76, Portland leading. Sharp drives down Main Street, lays it up and in. Swider near corner, up fake, set the feet, buzzer beater, no good. Man had a great look, and he couldn't knock it down.
And he knows it. He was clapping his hands together, knowing that he had a great look.
So Swider missing at the buzzer allows Portland to keep their 7-point lead as we head to the fourth quarter with the Blazers on top, 83-76 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans.
Cheers, insiders and basketball fans worldwide. Joe Bowen here, the Hall of Fame voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Thanks for joining us for the SickKids Bracket Mania campaign on TSI, making a real difference in our Toronto community. From Toronto to Tokyo, Sudbury to Singapore, TSI is everywhere. Remember, a portion of every game's revenue goes directly to SickKids Hospital. Check out the live viewer map at TorontoSportsInsider.com. Let us know where you're watching from. Let's keep growing this global movement.
You heard the man.
Go check the link that you see flying through the chat right now. It's also pinned in the description, and let us know where you're watching from and see where the rest of the world's watching from with us tonight. Good luck to your team.
Drive and class-leading safety included. It's like you also get a Subaru that comes with your very own golf club holder, stadium parking navigator, a basketball team transporter, a remote cottage finder, a beaver spotter, a coach hauler, bear country guide, a family road trip carrier, a muddy road controller, extreme wind stabilizer, plus a... And we're out of time. Subaru is the multi-tool that masters every unpredictable weather condition. Visit your local Subaru dealer for great lease and finance options.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590. The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Getting set to start the fourth quarter. Raptors trailing 83-76. Work to be done in this final frame. The 1-2 punch of Sharp and Banton have been huge for the Blazers. They've got 45 of Portland's 83. In fact, if you add Avdia's 22, that's 67 of the 83. And Toronto starts with the defense. An 8-second violation as Banton didn't get it across center in time. Shed, that mad dog defensively, forcing the turnover to start this fourth quarter. So the Raptors get the ball off the 18th turnover by Portland. Barrett inbounding right in front of us on the near side, gives it to Shed. Shed over to Robinson above the far elbow. Robinson back to Shed. Shed fake left, came back right, got in the lane, and floated one up on the leaner on the customary patented Jamal Shed shot.
He's so good with that. And he shoots it from a position of strength, playing usually off 2 feet.
83-78. Raptors cut the Portland lead to 5. Banton over on the near side to Avdia, who's cutting into the paint. Lobs one up to Klingon, using that big frame to secure the pass to Thibault. Weaving through the paint, goes back out on the perimeter to Banton on a frozen rope. Straightaway triple. It pushes the lead to 8, largest of the game for the Blazers.
For a guy that looked, I don't know, nervous, anxious early on, Delano Benson's really settled down.
Barrett trying to answer back, misses badly on a 3 ball picked up by Portland. Here comes Avdia. Avdia, cross center. 22 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. They gave it back to Banton for another 3, and this time Delano came up empty. The rebound to Toronto as Barrett brings it across center off the miss. Around a screen set by Robinson all the way to the tin, past the outstretched arm of Klingon. Barrett gets it to go. 86-80, the Raptors cut it to 6. Avdia across center, Barrett right there to greet him. Klingon trying to set the screen. Barrett fights through it. Avdia drives into the paint, goes right into the chest of Robinson, missed the shot, but tips his own miss back in, and he's got 24 points and 13 rebounds.
It's a big night.
24 and 14.
It's a big night for Denny Avdia. Like I said, that trade from Washington, having him handle the ball more, play with a little bit more freedom. The coaching of Chauncey Billups, too. He and Darko standing at center, both of them upset with the officiating.
Shed comes around a screen set by Robinson, gets into the paint, goes near corner to battle 3, knocks it down right in front of his own bench. Cuts the lead from 8 to 5.
It's about some stops now. Portland's field goal percentages hovering around 48. Both teams at 36 of 76.
Avdia in the lane, rips through, took contact, and we're going to have a foul coming in against the Raptors.
They called it on R.J. Barrett. A little bit of a late call, but as aggressive as Avdia has been.
So, Jonesy, let me ask you this question, and I want people to be clear that I'm not piling on, I'm not ripping, I'm merely asking the question. Is there any concern in situations, games like this? Hey, guys have off nights. I know we're late in the year. I know the Raptors are playing for pride and unfortunately not for playoffs, etc. Should there be any concern when you see a guy like Scotty Barnes, 2 for 8 with 5 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists in 25 minutes of action?
My only concern would be the motivation, which might make it a little bit difficult. But as long as you're seeing the effort, you can kind of live with that. Just got a report, Tumani Kamara, left ankle injury will keep him out of the rest of the game.
Barnes got the assist on the Orlando Robinson bucket, so Scotty now has 5 assists to lead the entire team. Second only to Avdia in the entire game, but Portland answers back with a deuce of their own. As Toronto trails now by 7 after the bucket on the layup for Klingon. Shed.
Eric, sorry, when you look at the 2 of 8 for Scotty, he may just say, I'm facilitating tonight. Maybe I'm working on that as a working part of my game right now.
Jamison Battle missed a decent look at a 3-ball in the far corner. Portland grabs the rebound, and across center they come. Abdia went left, spins right, throws it up, just kind of into a pile of traffic, hoping Klingon could grab it, and he didn't. Here comes Barrett. Had the ball knocked away, got it back. RJ on the perimeter, goes far corner to Battle. Catches it with one hand, goes up top to Orlando Robinson. Big O with a 3, missed it. Into the hands of the Blazers, and they get the stop. 92-85, Portland leading, 8:15 to go. Klingon met by Robinson down low on the block, had the ball knocked away. Chauncey Billups wanted to go, as did Nate Bjorkgren. Raptors playing 5-on-4. RJ 3-ball, no good. Rebound, though, to Shed. Back out to RJ on the wing. Can he do it this time? No. Missed it again. Down low, Robinson can't squeeze. Banton with the rebound. 2 pretty good looks, 1 for sure for RJ Barrett. He's 0 of 5 from distance, 9 of 18 overall, and Portland just got an alley-oop dunk from Klingon, and they now have the largest lead of the game at 9.
Well, that's the penetration breaking the Raptors defense down. As they get into the lane, and you got to step up, and they've got a 7-2 guy behind, and they lob it up and over.
94-85, Portland leading Toronto with 7:33 to go to the ball game. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
I don't want to say I'm a big deal, but I am a superhero.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! I'm talking to you! Thanks for hanging out with us tonight during the Raptors game. We really appreciate you being here. Please take a second, if you're new here, to hit that subscribe button. And if you're not new here, make sure that bell is turned on so you're notified of every single live stream that we do here on TSI, where we cover every single team in Toronto. Toronto Maple Leafs, Toronto Raptors, Toronto Blue Jays, Toronto FC, the Toronto Argos, and much more coverage coming soon. We'll see you back in the chat. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button and making sure that bell is turned on. We really appreciate every single like and share on every stream. Helps grow this community.
Welcome back to Scotiabank Arena. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 94-85, Portland leading Toronto. Jonesy, what's been the biggest difference in the second half? I mean, Portland made it close at the half, and we had a tight third quarter, but really, they just kind of kept digging away, and suddenly it's up to a 9-point lead.
Well, they've stopped turning the ball over. When you look at halftime, Portland had 15 turnovers. They've only got 4 in the second half, so they stopped turning it over. And they started to make some shots. I mean, the Raptors especially in the paint. Portland, Raptors normally have a good advantage in the paint on teams. And here you've got Portland. It's a -2. Raptors have 54 points in the paint. Portland has 52, and they're normally only 48 a game in the bottom half of the league. So that's been a key point tonight.
Portland leading 94-85. Abaji missing from about 6 feet. Rebound is grabbed by the Blazers, and they bring it across center, looking to go up double figures. Nobody's been up by more than 9 in this game. Raptors had a 9-point lead in the first half. Portland leads by 9 here. It stays that way as the triple is no good for Portland. Raptors come back the other way off the miss from Rupert. It'll be Raptor ball. They'll keep it with 6:52 left in this third quarter. Robinson to Walter, far corner. Free ball is good for Ochai Agbaji.
He's become such a reliable shooter, especially in the catch and shoot from the corner.
3 of 5 from distance tonight. Sharp looking answer back and does. Man, he is having a night.
Well, Shaedon Sharp, to me, I'm looking at him a little more athletic, but he's got that Drew Holiday gait where he's going way faster than he looks. Good contest there.
Yep, came up empty. Jacoby Walter from 3 feet. And Portland again with the rebound. Sharp on the baseline, near side turns, fires, and a foul comes in against Swider. And that's going to send Sharp to the free throw line with the Blazers leading 97-88. Sharp knocks down the first free throw. Shaedon Sharp with 33 points in the game. And now Portland leading by 10, their largest lead of the game. With 6:06 to go, we are almost at the midway point of the fourth quarter. Knocks down the second one, give him 34.
Gonna send me looking for a career high through the notes. Shaedon Sharp is putting on a show.
Walter over to Ochai. To Big O. Robinson hands back to Ochai. Driving into the painted area. Cut off. Goes back out on the perimeter to Swider for 3. Missed the contested 3. Nice box out down low by Portland, but yet the Raptors still come away with the ball. As Battle finds Robinson, who drives into the painted area and throws it up with the left hand off glass. Got it to go. Nice take there by Big O.
Yeah, really good big man move there. Squared up, faced up, and took it.
And the Raptors just forced a turnover. The 20th of the game for the Blazers. Ochai whips a pass, far corner, open Swider, missed again. Tough break for Swider tonight. 0 of 6 from the floor, including 0 of 6 from distance.
That's a good look. I mean, it was a great hit ahead by Ochai Agbaji. Swider had the feet set. He was in the corner. Shaedon Sharp career high is 36 against the Wiz.
Raptors have tied a season high as a team with 13 steals in the game. They trail by 9, 99-90. Ochai looking to drive down Main Street as he was getting toward the 10. Went for the right-hand scoop, missed it, and back the other way come the Blazers. Sharp. Portland swings it around. Driving to the 10 and missing was Walker. And a foul comes in against the Raptors, and they're going to send Walker, the big man, to the free throw line.
Walker coming down the baseline. Raptors don't close it off, and he gets a clear lane to the basket.
First free throw up and clean for Walker.
I mean, a guy like Walker, when you look at the fact that he hasn't taken a lot this game, make him Make them put a move on you and try to beat you. Contest the jump shot. Don't give them a lane.
Walker makes good on both at the stripe. It's an 11-point lead. Raptors come back. Nice contest down low on the attempt from Mobo. And Portland comes away with the ball. Murray tips it across center. Portland now slowing things down to set up the offense. They give it to Sharp. Sharp at the far elbow trying to work against Battle. Was trying to find the cutter. And the ball deflected away. That was Rupert, who was heading down Main Street. Ball off the fingertips of the Raptors. So it'll stay with the Blazers with 4:30 to go in the ball game. Sharp near sideline. Jabbed at Mobo, then set the feet elevated, missed badly on a three. Ball knocked around into the hands of Jamison Battle, who brings it across center toward the far side. Lobs it down low. Was looking for Ochai, and he's hit. It's going to go against Minaya. As Justin Minaya takes the foul. I believe that's team foul number 4. Yes, it is. Next one sends the Raptors to the stripe, and they could certainly use any chance they can get to get on the board and to stop the clock with 4:15 to play. Raptors down 11. Mobo hands off to Battle. Battle back to Mobo in the lane. Cut off just below the free throw line. Was looking for Swider. Picked off by the Blazers. They come back the other way. Here comes Sharp, and he decided to not keep it himself. Gave it up to Rupar, who laid it in.
That's the
unselfish.
That's the correct play too. On the 2-on-1. Pretty fundamental basketball, and Portland really taking advantage of the turnovers here by Toronto.
Blazers on a 13-5 run to open up a 13-point lead. Missing in the far corner was Swider, and he has had a lot of opportunities tonight. And Jonesy, Sharp comes the other way, tried to lay one up and in. Mobo got in the way, and he essentially cut off what would have been a poster. And actually, no, they're going to call the foul now on Walter, but either way, the poster was cut off, but Sharp will have a chance to go to the free throw line and tie his career high right here at the stripe. 34 points in 34 minutes, but looking for 35 and 36 right here. Adding 6 rebounds and 5 assists for good measure.
He's had a heck of a night.
Knocks down the first one.
A heck of a night. Cole Swider now 7 of 30 from behind the arc as a Raptor.
Shooting over 44% from distance in the G League and averaging over 21 points, but unfortunately has not been able to transfer that to success here with the Raptors. His 10-day will be coming up soon.
Yeah.
You wonder if he'll get a second one to close out the season, if the Raptors will get a look at somebody else before the year closes. Just missed another one, this one inside the arc on the baseline near side as he pulled up from 19 feet. Unfortunately, an 0 for 8 night, including 0 of 6 from distance for Swider, and he's going to check out of the ball game right here, I think, as the Raptors call a timeout with 3:13 to go, and Toronto down by 15. It has not been a pretty fourth quarter for the Raptors.
No, fourth quarter's been tough for Toronto. Again, you look at the people they've had on the floor. Darko, obviously, with the mandate on development and trying to give some of these guys a look, but don't expect the Portland Trailblazers to take it easy on them.
We'll take the break with 3:13 to go. Toronto down 105-90 on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win, just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot.
Cheers, Insiders! Thank you so much for hanging out here every single Raptors game all season long. We are making a huge difference in the SickKids Hospital Bracket Mania campaign for March Madness. We would not have the community that we have to hang out together every single game of March Madness and grow this awesome channel and group of people that we call Insiders. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for hitting that like button, sharing this link out, hitting that subscribe button, turning on that bell, because we wouldn't be here without you. And over $10,000 raised in just 11 months. We're making a big impact in people's lives. Let's go make it bigger. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Go Raptors, go. We'll see you back in the chat.
Serving communities coast to coast, right in your neighborhood. Order today in store or on the Barburrito Canada app.
Barburrito. Food for every mood.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590. The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you at Scotiabank Arena with 3:13 to play. The Raptors trailing 105-90. And it was a solid first quarter, a decent first half, but things have gotten away from the Raptors in the second half. Jonesy currently being outscored 58-40 in the second half.
Well, a lot of it coming in this fourth quarter. I mean, lost the third quarter by 10, down 8 here. And again, the mandate on development, so you can kind of see with it, but at the same time, very frustrating to watch the turnovers happening and games slip away.
Raptors out of the timeout, get a bucket from Battle on a triple. Cuts it to 12 with 2:57 to go.
Good execution there. Battle coming off the pin down. Crisp ball movement and hitting him in the shooting pocket.
Banton back the other way. Stretches out and scoops it in from the far side. Got it to go, and he has had a night as well.
Yeah, using all of that length on the drive.
Walter down near the right block, near side. Turned, fired, took the foul, and he's going to the line.
After shooting percentage dipping precipitously. Down to 43.5.
Raptors in the backcourt. Walter doing the dirty work. Jonesy picked up the pressure, took it away from Banton, and dunked it down. So he takes care of business at the stripe and then gets the bucket as well. And the Raptors trying to fight to the end here. Still down by 10, but they're battling right now. Walter in the backcourt picking up pressure on Banton. Double team comes with Battle. They just get it across center, and a late whistle comes in as Lawson took out the legs.
And it was unintentional.
Unintentional of Rupar.
Yeah, he slipped in trying to come up and maybe intercept that pass.
First free throw, no good. It stays at 10. 107-97. Lawson across center with the Blazers leading 108-97. And A.J. Lawson just led Ochai a little too far on a pass. It sails out of bounds onto the baseline as Ochai was looking to cut. And Lawson just missed him. It's the 17th turnover of the night for the Raptors. Portland has coughed up 23 turnovers, given up 24 points off turnovers, but they have outscored the Raptors on second chance points 20-11. They've outscored them at the free throw line by 13.
Well,
and they've out-rebounded them by 18.
Yeah, the rebounding and the points in the paint. I mean, Toronto normally has a healthy advantage. Toronto's number 4 in the NBA, scoring in the paint. And Tonight, they're up +2. Portland has 56. They average somewhere in the 40s. And I always say if you're going to beat a guy, keep him to his average or below.
Second free throw clean. So Banton takes care of business at the stripe. The lead is 13 with 1:35 to go. Looks like the Raptors are going to lose their second straight game, barring a ridiculous comeback in the final 90 seconds, but that probably will secure it as Toronto just turned it over again. 18 turnovers for Toronto. 1:20 left in the ball game. Banton has the ball out towards center court. Banton is tied his season high with 23 points. Ochai's on his right hip. Banton still with the ball as he drives on the near side. Coming along the baseline, cutting, missing the shot was Walker. But Rupert cleans it up on the putback as he tips it in. And it stretches the lead for the Blazers to 15, which matches their largest lead of the game.
They were the better second half team.
Well, the Raptors had 50 at the half. They've got 97 right now. They've been outscored big time in this second half as Ochai just got the two-hand flush. At this point, fans might just want that slice of pizza, Jones, and the Raptors need one more point to feed the house.
Yeah, 65-49 Portland in the second half.
Banton trying to get away from Lawson. And we got another 8-second violation.
Yeah.
And Darko at center court clapping his hands, appreciating the effort from his team late in this game. After tonight, the Raptors will play in less than 24 hours at home tomorrow as Ochai goes down Main Street, lays it in, and feeds the house. Raptors down 112-101. Portland advances across center with 32 seconds to go.
I say the Raptors still working hard. Ochai chasing the ball.
Banton gave the pass down low to Minaya, who tried to get it into the teeth of the lane, and the Blazers bobble it out of bounds onto the baseline. It'll be Raptor ball with Toronto down 11, make it 9 as A.J. Lawson has got a late bucket to put it in. Not sure if the Blazers are happy about that one, but whatever. They inbound the ball, they'll dribble out the clock, and that'll do it. As Toronto had an early lead, played well, and then things kind of fell apart for the Raps in the second half as the Blazers take care of business with a 112-103 victory.
Well, Portland, as I said, the better second half team. They did a nice job on the glass, scoring in the paint, and look, this team is much improved under Chauncey Billups the last couple of years especially. I think he's done a nice job. If you're a Portland fan, you would hope that they stay patient with him and allow him to coach the team, let things kind of keep rolling, keep developing in Portland. I know you want to win, but give the coach 5 years. Give him 4 to 5 years, and I think Chauncey Billups is showing signs of turning this thing in the right direction. You look at their improvement. They got 34. They could end with like 37, 38 wins. So give them some credit and give Chauncey some credit.
Well, they got 34 wins now, which is only 1 behind the Suns in 11th, 2 behind the Kings in 10th. They're now 2.5 games back of the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah.
So, there's not a lot of games left, but it's not unheard of that Portland could potentially slide up into that play-in. Raptors dropped their second straight game, and they will be on their home floor again tomorrow night. We're going to step aside for the break, come back with the final stats, then get set for post-game coverage on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Series and expert analysis from former General
Cheers, insiders and basketball fans worldwide. Joe Bowen here, the Hall of Fame voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Thanks for joining us for the SickKids Bracket Mania campaign on TSI, making a real difference in our Toronto community. From Toronto to Tokyo, Sudbury to Singapore, TSI is everywhere. Remember, a portion of every game's revenue goes directly to SickKids Hospital. Check out the live viewer map at TorontoSportsInsider.com. Let us know where you're watching from. Let's keep growing this global movement.
You heard the man. Go check the link that you see flying through the chat right now. It's also pinned in the description. And let us know where you're watching from and see where the rest of the world's watching from with us tonight. Good luck to your team.
XM channels 89, Internet 859, Diamondbacks on Internet 840. 7:40 p.m., Milwaukee Brewers taking the Cincinnati Reds. Brewers on Sirius 211, XM 178 and Internet 856. Reds on Internet 847. In the NBA, 7 p.m., Washington Wizards face the Orlando Magic. Wizards on Sirius 137, XM 212 and Internet 909. Magic on Internet 901. 7 p.m., Philadelphia 76ers face the Milwaukee Bucks. 76ers on Sirius 138, XM 213 and Internet 902. Bucks on Internet 896. 7:30 p.m., Miami Heat face the Memphis Grizzlies. Heat on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 895. Grizzlies on Internet 894. National feed on Sirius XM and Internet channels 80. 7:30 p.m., Toronto Raptors take on the Portland Trailblazers. Raptors on Sirius and XM channels 167, Internet 907. Blazers on Internet 904. 7:30 p.m., Brooklyn Nets face the Minnesota Timberwolves. Nets on Sirius 139, XM 214 and Internet 882. Timberwolves on Internet 897. 10 p.m., LA Lakers face the Golden State Warriors. Lakers on Sirius and XM channels 86, Internet 893. Warriors on Internet 889. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Ottawa Senators face the Tampa Bay Lightning. Senators on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 939. Lightning on Internet 949. 7 p.m., Montreal Canadiens take on the Boston Bruins.